Ladies and gentlemen, there is a reason parents heart panic when their children board planes to faraway campuses. The world is not a fair referee. On August 13, in Tawandi Sabo, Bathinda district, India, a 22-year-old Zimbabwean named Ziweya Leeroy was allegedly attacked by a group armed with sticks, baseball bats, and sharp weapons. Police say the assault followed an argument the day before with a university security guard who had found a baseball bat in the student's car. Leeroy fought for his life for 8 days at AIIMS Bathinda. On Thursday, he died. Police have added a murder charge to the case, saying 7 suspects have been arrested so far, and authorities have publicly denied this was a hate crime. The university's PR officer says his parents were informed and working with our embassy, the body is being sent home. That's the sanitized version of it. The press release version that strips away the cold cosmic unfairness of losing a son on foreign soil over an argument that spiraled into lethal violence. Obviously, if this argument had been between Indians, it would have never spiraled into a murder. So, what does the headline not say? It doesn't say how many Zimbabwean families patch together fees, forex, and faith to send their kids to new countries where accents are judged before transcripts, where visas turn brilliant minds into permanent suspects, where welcome is sometimes conditional on silence and compliance. It doesn't say how often our young people become ambassadors of patience, biting their tongues when provoked, because the system is not built to absorb their pain, only their tuition. In India, police say 7 are in custody. A murder count has been added, and investigators are pressing on under the Bathinda Senior Superintendent of Police. They also insist this was not a hate crime. Maybe, maybe not. But what we do know is this. A Zimbabwean student is gone. A family is shattered, and a community must wait. Forensics, court calendars, and careful statements that always seem allergic to plain truth. We demand a thorough, transparent process, and we expect the university that took our students' fees to demonstrate duty of care before, during, and after crisis, not just dispatch a press officer to say the body is being sent home. But let's talk about the other half of the story. The part that starts in Harare, Gweru, Bulawayo, Mutare, the part we control. When hope dries up at home, youth export themselves. When jobs are scarce, a BSc abroad becomes a lifeboat. When public universities are under-resourced and politicized, foreign campuses look like salvation until a night like August 13 shows that even salvation can be a dark alley. Leadership isn't just about cutting ribbons and tweeting slogans. Leadership is about building a country so functional that studying abroad becomes a choice, not an escape plan. It's about raising higher education standards so a Zimbabwean radiology student doesn't have to fly thousands of kilometers to find a working MRI and a lab with gloves that aren't rationed. Real leadership means funding universities like they are power stations for national prosperity. Because they are. It means depoliticizing campuses, paying lecturers on time and adequately, modernizing labs, and making industry partnerships normal. Imagine a Zimbabwe where radiology students learn on cutting-edge equipment inside teaching hospitals linked to private imaging centers where tuition loans are real not fantasy, where research grants are measured in megawatts, not megaphones. If we build credible, globally ranked departments, employers will come to our graduates, not the other way around. If we build trustworthy institutions, embassies won't have to coordinate body repatriations. They will coordinate internships, patents, and start-up visas for companies our students create. Of course, there will always be Zimbabweans who choose the world. That's fine. But they shouldn't feel expendable while they are out there. We need proactive, muscular, consular protection, hotlines that pick up, liaison officers who actually liaise, and MOUs with host universities spelling out security, dispute resolution, and rapid escalation when foreign students are threatened. After this case, every Zimbabwean mission should be pushing for formal student safety protocols, faster evidence collection when foreigners are victims of crime, and open briefings with families. And universities that recruit in Africa must be held to standards beyond glossy brochures, because the moment they accept our students, they also accept responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe Zimbabwe must be a place where our kids can thrive at home and be protected abroad, drop a comment right now. Protect ZIM students. Tell us your diaspora story or what reforms you want to see. Your voice matters in shaping what comes next. Now, back to Bathinda. Reports say the altercation began on August 12. The deadly attack followed on August 13. The arrests mounted. The charge sheet hardened to murder after Leeroy's death. Some outlets carry the police line that bias was not the motive. That's convenient for reputations, but motive is the court's business, not a headline scaffold. Whatever the label, a young life was erased with sticks, bats, and blades on the streets outside a university that marketed itself as a gateway to a brighter future. Our response must be bigger than tears. It must be policy, it must be investment, it must be leadership that stops exporting dreams because it keeps them fed at home. So, here's the assignment for anyone who wants to govern Zimbabwe and still sleep at night. This includes Emmerson Mnangagwa, if he is still up to it. 1. Build world-class universities, labs, libraries, student housing, mental health support, campus police that serve, not intimidate. 2. Lock in industry partnerships so graduates step into real jobs, not a passport queue. 3. Fund scholarships at home that beat foreign offers. Tie them to service in public hospitals and clinics so the skills stay and the people win. 4. Upgrade consular services, 24/7 response lines, legal support pools, and formal safety MOUs with top destination universities. 5. Back a diaspora safety charter with regional partners so African students anywhere get immediate standardized protection and justice pathways. Because the point isn't to quarrel over whether the Bathinda killing meets a legal definition of hate crime. The point is to prevent the next obituary, to ensure that a Zimbabwean surname on a class list doesn't also become a hashtag, to insist that leadership means children are safe, futures are funded, and dignity is not negotiable, whether you are in Bindura or Bathinda. And until that leadership arrives, we will keep the lights on at Zimwaves, file after file, name after name, pressing for a government that does not outsource its future and then pretend it's surprised when the world mishandles it. To the Ziweya's family, may you find justice. To every Zimbabwean student abroad, stay vigilant, stay connected, and know this community sees you. To those in power, Build the house so our children don't have to sleep outside. To the universities that recruit across Africa, your ethical duty doesn't end at enrollment. If you are watching this from Delhi, London, Gaborone, or Detroit, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, because a better Zimbabwe doesn't just change our passport lines. It changes the world's respect for anyone who carries our name. If you want real accountability and real solutions, subscribe to Zimwaves TV right now. Tap the bell and share this with every parent who has ever prayed over a study visa. Today we mourn, tomorrow we organize, and we build.